Hi everyone, it's Sarah from Plan Sarah Plan. You can see here I've got my Erin Condren A5 budget book, and in today's video I'm setting up June with the Bright Summer Kit from Saray Plans. Now normally I make an add-on kit myself to fully customize the experience that I have in my budget book. And make some additional headers and things that are just particular to my situation. But I'm running so late on getting this video done and setting up June that I'm going to forgo that. And if I need to make an additional header, I think I will use a combination of highlighter and pen. So we're just gonna go with exactly what is provided in this kit. If you want to grab some stickers from Saray Plans shop, you can get a discount if you use my discount code. So be sure to do that. It's Sarah20, and that will get you 20% off. You can find Saray Plans Etsy shop on Etsy. And this is the same kit theme that I chose for my monthly planner in my 7x9 Erin Condren binder. And it's super colorful, and the primary colors here are green and pink and yellow. And since it more or less matches the color that's in this budget planner, I'm in the 6th month of it because, you know, if you don't know, the budget planner is set up with a different color scheme each month than the regular Erin Condren Life Planner. So sometimes I will cover up this business up here to make it match the kit, but it's technically green. This is technically green, so we'll just go with it. And I'll put the month of June right here. Saray always has a great header in her budget kits. Let me put it up close where you can see it. Really pretty. Got some watermelon, pineapple. This kit could be called the Tutti Frutti kit if you wanted it to be called that. We'll just put a bunch of fruit up here. I was just at the grocery store, and I was taking my mother on some errands, and she was really craving watermelon. And over here, instead of important days this month, this is where we're going to track the bills for the month. So there is a header here somewhere. Bills due this month. This is the one. And then over here, we're going to do something interesting, which I will show you. I will do basically the same thing that I did last month here. And it requires a bit of altering of what's already going on in this space. And I want to use her script for gifts and remember on top of 2 of these blank headers. And it won't take up too much room. Basically, it'll be splitting this area in half. Remember, pink and green is always one of my favorite color combinations. Okay, you guys, I have a confession to make about last month. There were some extra things going on, and I got really behind in logging my transactions. I stopped on May 17th and had not kept up at all until last night, which was June 8th, really late, and I got caught up on my May transaction logging. So one of the goals that's going up here is going to be, don't let that happen again. What I put in this space is one of the Erin Condren monthly stickers that are completely blank. They come from the focused line, so they're very minimalist. And I like to have a calendar to reference because there is no calendar in this budget book. So I will need to trim this down because it's too tall. and I'll just have a little bit of this peeking out the top. And I made a kit here. This is something I already did. So I have a June header, and I've got June little dates for this fill in the blank calendar. So if you're interested in getting some of these calendar stickers, they're called undated calendar stickers, and they are on the Erin Condren website. It's a set of 12. They're super sticky, so be very careful. I like to peel off just one part of the backing, place that, and then carefully peel off the rest of it. So we'll go into time lapse for this part because it's a little bit tedious. Okay, so I forgot to mention that one of the reasons I made sticker kits for those big empty calendar stickers is that I actually prefer a Sunday start, and this is one case where Erin Condren does have an item that has a Monday start. And I went with it with a Monday start one time, and I ended up putting all of my paydays in the wrong place. I see it this way. So that's one of the reasons that I changed that up. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is go back to last month, take a picture of all the bills that were due and their due dates so that I don't have to constantly flip back and forth copying them over. And so I take the picture and I just prop my phone up and copy those down. So now that I've taken a picture, I will just go on time lapse and copy down all of the bills that are due. This is just a master checklist so that it keeps me on track, helps me to verify that I've actually paid everything I'm supposed to each month. Okay, so that is done, and the way I made the check boxes, if you're wondering, is with this stencil. This is an Erin Condren stencil, and I think you can probably see it if I hold it here. And not sure if those are still on the site, but that's what I used. And gifts this month, we do have Father's Day on the 20th, and I'm doing senior books for my piano students, 2 of them that just graduated from high school. There might be some expense related to that. So I'll put senior books just in case, and Father's Day, and I'm not sure what else. I think I will leave it like that for now. And then on the remember, I'm not sure what I want to put there yet. So let's go over here, and I think this pen will work, but I am just a little bit nervous that it might smear, and I haven't tested it. Why don't we try just a little blank spot here and see. No, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so one of the goals that I have, consistently log transactions. A second goal I have is to cancel 2 things that we're just going to let go of for the time being: cable television and XM radio. The third thing that I want to do is set up in my transaction log a space just for logging groceries and just for logging gasoline and just for logging our bird food expense because we're major birders. So I want to pull those 3 things out of just the general transaction log. And the last thing I want to do on this page is just simply mark my paydays. The pen I've been using is an Erin Condren fine tip marker, and I also used one of those for when I used pink to do the check boxes. So this is what we have so far. And when we turn the page, we'll get into the budget overview for the month where we list out categories, and I do rearrange this a little bit. Okay, now that that's done, we're going to go on to the area where I like to just log every transaction. And one of my goals this month, as I said before, is to pull out grocery, gasoline, and bird seed so we can keep track of those in one place and then use the rest of the space for odds and ends. We're going to use Surrey's budget by pay period headers to cover up spending summary. And this is sort of what I do. I budget by first half of the month and second half of the month. Truth be told, I budget by the month, but this is just a convenient way to separate it. So what I will do on that first pay period is log transactions that happen up until the 15th of the month. And then on this page, it will be the 16th forward. Okay, and then the expense header, first of all. And we're mixing up the yellow and the pink, which is good because I tend to go all monochromatic and I'm trying to get away from that. And then I'll put this one over here. Date, bills, category, budgeted amount. This is not exactly the header that I need, but I might change that. I really want this to just be a continuation of this. And we'll put June right here. Normally I put my bills right here. I'm going to do it just a little bit differently. So let's see how this works out. Okay, and so this time I'll use the green headers. And this one is a little bit different, but I'm going to use it for kind of the same thing. So where it says sinking funds, this is actually going to be savings accounts because I have 4 different savings accounts that are kind of like my sinking funds, and I will alternate pink and green. We'll leave 6 of these open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And hopefully that is evenly spaced. I think it is. To figure out how many lines in my ledger I need to set aside for gasoline, groceries, and birds, I'm going to do an average. So I'll tally up how many lines I used in the last 2 months and just take the average. Okay, so that I hope is going to give me an accurate number of lines to set aside for these 3 categories. So I had 8 in gasoline in April, 10 in May, so the average is 9. In groceries, 15 transactions in April, 12 in May. So the average, I think, is 13.5. Didn't use my calculator. Birds, 7 transactions in April, 5 in May. So the average is 6. So that's how many I will set aside in my spending area. On this page, I have 28 lines available, and if I added this correctly, I need 28.5 lines. So I think that's okay. I can just use this extra margin if needed, but maybe it will just encourage us to go to the gas station one fewer times or get birdseed one fewer times to make that work. So let's add that up again. 9 plus 10 is 19, 19, 20, 21, 22.5, 22.5 plus 6 is 28.5, yeah. So that's about what I'm going to need. So I think this will do. Okay, so we'll set this up. I absolutely love this, and I don't know why I didn't think of it earlier. I guess you just live and learn as you use something, use a tool. But I feel like this is perfect because I won't have to search through at the end of the month to help me total up these categories, because these are some where I feel like we have some leeway in maybe cutting corners a little bit, shaving off some extra spending from the budget. So anyway, I like how this looked. All I did was I chose the 3 colors that are in this kit, found some highlighters that matched. So I had these 3 highlighters from the Erin Condren dual tip highlighter set. And then I chose these 3 colors from the fine tip markers set. This is from the great big set that has like 24 colors or something like that. I can quickly see, like, let's say that on June 1st, which is already June 9th right now, but let's pretend June 1st, let's say that I had a gasoline expense. I don't have to just guess where I should put that. I know that I've got this many spots for gasoline, this many for birds, and it's a reasonable estimate of what I really will need since I, took a tally and figured out what I usually do need. But these are not sinking funds, so I'm going to cover this up with something and just call it gas, groceries, birds. There we go. Okay, so that looks good. This is going to be my savings accounts. It's not sinking funds, but that's good enough for me. And let's see what else we have these little dots that we could use somewhere. I don't know if I have a spot where I want to use them. I know I need a little bit of deco, don't I? And I didn't put my 3 stars down back here on the goals. So let's do that, so I can rate myself at the end of the month, how well I did. Consistently log transactions, I would get like 1.5 stars last month. So I've got to do better on that. And if I just do these, I will get 3 stars on canceling cable and XM. And I just now separated out the grocery, birds, and gasoline, so I've already gotten 3 stars right there. But I'll wait so that in practice I actually log them that way. And so let me just grab a few deco stickers and then we'll decorate and be done. Okay, much better. I like the deco in my budget book. That makes it so much more friendly. So just to recap, this is my master list where I check off bills as they're paid and they're listed in order of their due date. These are some special things that are unique to June where I might need to spend some money on gifts. I decided to use this little habit tracker from Saray's kit to track no spend days. And then we've already gone over this. This is basically just my paydays, and I found some cute little dollar bills from Mama Gloria's shop, and then some payday stickers from Saray's monthly kit that was also in this same pattern, so they matched really well. And let's see what else. These were Erin Condren. That's an Erin Condren sticker. That's a Happy Planner sticker that I just had in my stash. Erin Condren, and Mama Gloria. And then over here, this is where I will put my totals spent in each category at the end of the month, rather than planning ahead. Not sure if that's smart, but that's the way I do it. And then here is where I will log my transactions, except for groceries and gasoline and birds. This will be everything else as it happens from the 1st through the 15th. This will be the exact same thing except for the 16th through the 30th. So what I'm going to do is log every transaction, including bills that are paid. So I won't separate that out like I have been in the past, and we'll see how that goes. This will be the 3 categories that I'm trying to really curtail: groceries, gasoline, and birds. This will be my 4 savings accounts, even though it says sinking funds. And then looking ahead, I noticed that we have a 6-month check-in coming up after this. It says how I currently feel about my finances, how I want to feel, progress I've made in the last 6 months, any pivots or adjustments that I need to make, big picture finance goal number 1, number 2, and number 3. So this is similar to what we had in the very beginning of the book. So it's just a check-in to see if things have changed or improved or not. So we'll maybe do a little special video on that one. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got some ideas that you can use in your budget books or just have fun watching. And I would love to hear from you if you have any tips for me. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.